Hey guys, it's Merce. Welcome back to Harpies in the Trees, where I review horror books with a supernatural focus. I am back from vacation and feeling very relaxed. It was a really good time. There was no Wi-Fi, which kind of ruined my plans a little bit because I was thinking, oh, we'll go hiking and walking and exploring in the day, and then at night come home and watch some movies and some videos, and I could do some work for the channel and whatever, but that didn't happen. So instead we did hiking and exploring, and then we did board games and reading. If you're doing the same things that you do every day on vacation, like, work or studies or something, it's not really vacation. So it was beneficial for me to be held captive with no Wi-Fi. But it was a ton of fun. So I'm really coming along on my spooky library tour thing. I created 8 candles that I'm very excited about. They're going to be candles that look like they're floating in the air, being held by some fishing wire. They're just made with toilet paper rolls, paint, hot glue, and a little LED tea light. I'm definitely gonna do like some kind of dark arts DIY because it was really fun and really, really easy to do, and you can add it to your own libraries. All right, let's open this up because I cannot contain myself. The Deutsche Post really taped this up. They must have checked it or whatever. There we go. So I did notice that this is a new box. This is a different design. We have the hands that have been incorporated with some blood splatter. We also have some kind of hidden text. So when you see the dialogue here where it says, "All hope abandon," when you open it up, it says, "Ye who enter here."
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
And it looks pretty familiar. This is how we usually see our boxes. I see a pen, but I don't want to grab it yet. I'm gonna grab the drinks first because I see them right here. They always come in this little paper bag, this striped paper bag. So we have the Lion's Gojo, which I love a lot. It's just a really great cup of coffee. And then we have a hot chocolate and a Nescafe cappuccino. And then we have 2 teas here. One is It's All Peachy green tea, and one called Brighten Up Forest Fruits and Ginger. This company is called Off Black. I actually tried one of their teas just recently from the last box, and it was really, really good. I can't remember what it was. It was like, it was strawberry and peppercorn. And it was really, really nice. It was like fruity, but not sweet, not like overly flowery, and a kind of like a tangy. It's really good. So I see the treat. Howdy, just so you know, we're a delicious gluten-free, vegan, smoky, premium, crunchy corn snack. P.S. we're crunchy and delicious. As a kid, I really, really loved corn nuts.
So now the corn nut, America's favorite crunchy toasted corn.
Let's give it a try though, see what it's like. Yeah. This tastes like the barbecue corn chips. Really, really good. Oh, that's gonna be gone pretty fast. We get usually something sweet, but this is savory, and this is actually pretty awesome. I like savory. We have, this is funny. I'm sure this is gonna have a really great name, but I'm sure you recognize this mask with a mask. Years from now, hopefully, the pandemic is over, and this will be like a little reminder of that time, which will probably seem pretty weird once things get back to normal. If they do. All right, I see a bookmark here. And there's probably another bookmark hiding out. This one says, "The Abominable Book Club. We're going to get you." I love little creepy bookmarks like this. Okay. This is the used book. And the way that Abominable works is you get a new book, a used book, a novella, an ebook, or sometimes a full book. So it just depends. But The used book always comes wrapped like this, and it's really darling and I love it. It has its own seal. This is the Accursed Library seal. And it's real wax, and it has this wonderful twine and these blood splatters on here, which I like. They've changed the coloring of the blood. It looks much more realistic. Love that. But this is my favorite part of the box, I guess we could say. So I'm gonna save this for last. Okay. This is a very cool cover. Kind of matches my outfit. It's about 98 pages long. This looks like it might be a self-publication. The world is on its knees. A deadly pandemic throttles the globe. Democracy has crumbled. Armed gangs of militant protesters stalk the streets. Amid this waking nightmare, a new horror develops. The virus is mutating. Dan Lewis's wife is sick. When he receives a call from the hospital, he's prepared for the worst. Or so he thought. Because that call plunges Dan into an unending spiral of insanity and depravity. Now he must fight his way through the battle-scarred streets of New York City to find his wife, unprepared for what awaits him out there in the shadows. Grim and terrifying, but laced with gallows humor and surprising heart, The Blood Beast Mutations is an all-too relatable story of courage and gruesome horror. That sounds actually pretty awesome. I love New York City as a setting for horror just because parts of it I'm very familiar with, so it's easy for me to kind of visualize it. But there's just so much to play with, you know, with New York. The next thing I see is the spoiler card, but we will wait on that. Ooh, I see a hardcover. Well, well, well. Okay, this is great. This is Grady Hendrix's The Final Girl Support Group. Of course, I've been seeing this around everywhere. I mean, if you're on Bookstagram or BookTok or anything, you're definitely going to see people talking about this. And there's been so much good feedback. I'm very, very curious to see what this will be like. I really loved Grady Hendrix, My Best Friend's Exorcism. I thought it was just really fun and gross and just awesome. I was really enthralled with that book. So I have been curious about this. In horror movies, the final girl is the one who's left standing when the credits roll. The one who fought back, defeated the killer and avenged her friends. The one who emerges bloodied but victorious. But after the sirens fade and the audience moves on, what happens to her? Lynette Tarkenton survived a massacre 22 years ago, and it has defined every day of her life since. And she's not alone. For more than a decade, she's been meeting with 5 other final girls and their therapists in a support group for those who survived the unthinkable, putting their lives back together piece by piece. That is, until one of the women misses a meeting and Lynette's worst fears are realized, someone knows about the group and is determined to take their lives apart again, piece by piece. But the thing about these final girls is that they each have each other now, and no matter how bad the odds, how dark the night, how sharp the knife, they will never, ever give up. The inside is a folding chair, which is pretty great. It looks like also too that there are some graphic elements here. I think this is a newspaper clipping, I think. Here's Grady Hendrix with the skull. So that's awesome. It wasn't a book that I was initially going to get because, you know, I like this supernatural stuff, but now that I have it, I can't not read it. And the last thing in the box today is the Abominable Book Club bookmark. Now this is the one that has a microfiction on the back, and it's written by Owen Morgan. I see the hallway light outside my bedroom, leaking through the slightly cracked door, and wonder whether I had left it on. I was sure I came to bed in the dark. In fact, I know I did. I bang my foot on the corner of the dresser every time, and tonight was no exception. So, how was the light on? As if to answer me, the light went off again. It was accompanied by the telltale click of a switch. which seemed impossibly loud amongst the quiet of the house in which I was alone. The light clicked on again. I sat up in bed and reached for my phone without looking, terrified to take my eyes away from the door. Another click, and I was plunged back into darkness. I held my breath and waited. Lights came on again, except this time it was from the bulb above me. I wanted to scream, but the sound caught in my throat when I looked at the doorway. The hall beyond was now filled with a deep, threatening darkness. It was only when the door began to creak open that the scream finally broke free. So let's get to this. Let's open this up and see what it is. It's really, really small. I think this is the thinnest book that the accursed library has bequeathed me. Okay, the first thing I see when I open this is just a pair of boobs with wings flying in the sky. Let's see. Nicholas Salomon, The Grimace. The cover is really, oh, there's a harpy on it. That's really cool. There's a harpy, yeah, right here. I don't know this author, I don't think. Artwork is, I mean, the flying boobs is really funny, but the rest of it is like really, really good. Has that kind of Hieronymus Bosch kind of feel to it. So this was printed in 1992. Checking for artifacts left over. Franz Javier Froberger is plunging into madness. Once the court of Vienna's favorite artist, he now paws over grotesque caricatures of his own face, brilliantly detailed portrait heads, in a narcissistic attempt to understand nature's secrets. Meanwhile, lurking in the background is the sinister Dr. Mesmer, a practitioner of the dark art of life current manipulation, and Froberger is proving to be easy, malleable prey. I don't know. It doesn't sound like it's horror. It sounds like it's more like maybe fantasy. So I don't know about this book. Kind of laughing at myself here because I'm trying to be optimistic and be like, ooh, maybe one day I'll read that book. But I don't think so. I just feel it in my bones. I will probably never read this book. I'm so sorry, accursed library. Let's check the spoiler card and see if there's any interesting tidbits that we should know about. The Final Girl support group. In the tradition of my best friend's exorcism, Hendrix expertly crafts the kind of unputdownable tale of blood and heart that he has become synonymous with. Blood Beast Mutations. Written during the coronavirus pandemic, mysterious author Lee conjures up all too familiar feelings of isolation, dread, and separation, and sprinkles it all on top of a very bloody tale of love and how far we will go in defense of it. Wear a Mask, exclusive pen, and the name of this microfiction is Click. Groovy premium bookmark based on The Evil Dead. So that was the August box. I loved everything in it. I think the only thing that was kind of like, was the used book, but I do love the cover, like I said. But yeah, this is the only one where I'm not really sure if I will actually get to reading this, but the other two sound fantastic. So let me know in the comments down below if you liked Final Girls, if you've read it already. I think it's been out for a hot minute. If you know who Carl John Lee is, if you've read this, and if you like cornuts, because I feel like cornuts are like two specific groups. It's like people who really love them and people who just like no. Please like and comment down below. I would appreciate that so much. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And if you would like to get notifications on when a new video comes out, you know what to do. Please take care of yourselves, watch out for each other, and I will talk to you next time.